Alright, so second attempt at making a video today. My NSA agent was kind enough to start my camera for me on the last one. And I was kind of flowing with it. I was like, I was thinking through what I was going to say, but then it kind of came to me how I wanted to talk today. And then everything interrupted me and didn't allow me to make a video because, work comes first, is what it is. So I'm back to try again. Today I wanted to talk about the breakdown the trust, the lack of privacy that we all have now, how accepting we are of this lack of privacy in this new world, and just like my joke about, there's an NSA agent who's monitoring me and he was so kind to start my camera for me. How that's not even like a thing anymore. It's just, of course there's someone watching you. Duh. Of course you're being tracked. Anyways, real quick, last bowl I have, I need to go re-up today. I gotta finish a weight cut, 7 pounds at least. So there's gonna be a good hour or two I'm gonna spend in a sauna after I get a workout in. No eating till then. Ooh, I love the fight game, bro. But the one thing about fitness and competing and all this stuff is weight cutting sucks, bro. Like, weight cutting sucks. Anyways, get this hit. Still good. It's good stuff. Let's see what they have. Strain-wise, they never have just the normal strains. I swear everything's a hybrid now, right? Like, there's no just like, you don't just go get Blue Dream anymore. You don't just get like lamb's bread anymore. It's all cross stuff now. So it's even hard to know what you're smoking, so whatever. It is what it is. Anyways, so we live in a world now that has basically no privacy. I mean, like we carry our tracking device on us. I know that this is recording on my phone, but most likely there's a database somewhere that is getting this without my permission, and I'm done fighting it. I spent a lot of years really trying to fight the Matrix, I guess they would call it. You know what I mean? This Skynet, the thing that tracks all of us. Movie references are basically all we got to, go by at this point. It's just crazy, like, how we just all kind of gave up. This idea of being, like, monitored every day and our devices all listening to us, that didn't used to be, like, okay with people. That used to be a real, like, issue. Like, a real, like, wiretapping. You know what I mean? That's what this all is. It's a much more sophisticated version of it. It's digital now and whatnot, but it's all wiretapping. And it's kind of crazy that, like, we went from really, like, caring about our privacy and caring about, like, not being monitored to, like, I'm being monitored. It is what it is. That's just how the system works. And, I guess we all just gave up. We all gave up on the semblance of having privacy in our lives. We carry a tracking device on us. We have smart devices in our homes that are listening to us. I thought it was kind of nuts. Me and my brother, we were watching the UFC fight, whatever the last pay-per-view was, a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about something, and the TV picked it up and did a search, like, without us touching a remote, without us saying, "Hey Google," I think it's a Samsung TV. I don't know. "Hey Samsung," I don't know how you trigger I would never do it, but it picked us what we were talking about and just searched it on TV, and I'm just like, well, that's wild. That's wild. That just happens, and that's just, sometimes your TV, while listening to you, just will do stuff without you even signaling for it, and it's nuts that that's where we're at now. It's nuts that that's like the normal thing, is that our devices all around us are just constantly monitoring us. Oh boy, we're gonna see right now if I'm able to continue talking or not. Let's see if a weed whacker's enough to throw me off here. It's one of those days. It is what it is. I hope my NSA agent's enjoying all the background noise, because I know I get all the traffic and stuff too, because I live pretty close to a freeway. Literally, like, on the other side of a wall of it. So, that's what it looks like. But yeah, no, we just have no privacy now. Everything monitors us. The Internet of Things really kind of scares me in the grand scheme of it. Like, I hate the idea of all my appliances being smart, the fridge being smart, the dishwasher being smart. Like, even when I go do my laundry at the laundromat here at the complex, it uses an app. And the app actually gave me, like, a statistical breakdown of, like, how much laundry I've done. And I'm just like, I don't really want this to be stored. You know what I mean? I don't want this to be tracked. But you can't really opt out of it without, like, going through arduous steps to do so. There's no just easy opt out. I think that's the problem, is that the modern world is so complicated and so busy. Like I was talking about how we're all stressed because we're all just constantly bombarded with shit. Nobody has time to go through extra steps to do stuff like that, even if it's for your own good, just because like we're already just trying to keep afloat and busy enough. You know, and everything's complex now, and I think it's kind of nuts that like we live in a world that like being tracked is just normal now. Your appliances are all smart and they know exactly how much you're using and keeping data on it. And where's that database? How secure is that database? Does that data get out? I know that like most people can't do anything like harmful necessarily with that information, but I mean I know that's being used to sell us. You know what I mean? There's a giant online profile being made of us. What happens like with that information? Like what does this become? Right now, it might just be for the sake of selling you shit, but at some point, this could be much more than that. You know, a much bigger profile on you could be made from that. That's where I think the whole CBDC and social credit score thing comes in. You know, it does exist already in the world. It's not as scary as a sci-fi movie might make it sound, but we are in the beginning stages. So, you know, let's see what it looks like when we're in our 70s or 80s, you know what I mean? Those of us who are, you know, around my age, you know, closer to 40. It is kind of crazy, and there's a lack of trust now. Like no one trusts anything, because you know it's like we just kind of expect everything to be shiesty, underhanded, not forthcoming of what it really is. That's kind of nuts. You know, I could tell like that's again where like I talked about how the boomers weren't prepared for this new world. This new world that has no semblance of trust or honesty. Just, you know what I mean? Like they were raised in a world that actually valued those things. It saw that as essential to life, and now it's not. Trust is not essential to life. Honesty is not essential to life. Kind of like trying to just speak in a way that like maybe will cover you legally, but isn't forthright of what is actually being done. You know, actually being straightforward. That's not the world we live in now. It's very much convoluted. It's very much like how do I make sure I'm covered in what I'm doing. I feel it's at least how most business runs at this point. It's like the same frustration people have like the insurance industry and everything because well, you know, lawyers. I remember I read about that. It was something about cultures where there are more engineers than lawyers tend to be happier and more prosperous, and then cultures with more lawyers than engineers. Well, that's pretty much the society we live in now. The engineers aren't really here. We import all our engineers. A lot of lawyers, though. A lot of lawyers. And I think that's really crazy. You know, it all ties back. It's a lack of trust. It's a idea that someone's always out to get you. And on top of that, the people who actually do have control, someone's actually monitoring you. Like this. Like all this. This is definitely monitored. I'm sure scanned for keywords. And I don't know. I don't think it's boomerish to say that that's strange. It's not right, and it's not what things are supposed to be. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and we've all just come to accept it as being normal. We're all done fighting it. We're just in the Matrix, in Skynet now, and I used to be real, you know, big about trying to protect my data and whatnot too, and became too much. I don't know. Let me know. Any of you guys still trying to protect your data? I know a roommate who was really big on that. Smart guy, understood more about networking than I ever did when I worked in IT. But I also just saw how many extra steps his life took. And I just find that if you're going to do all that, it's going to stop you from being as successful or productive as you possibly be. It's a shame that you have to choose between those, right? I guess it is what it is. Hey, guys. Appreciate you guys. One more hit for the road. And, if you got a strain you like, just tell me. I'd love to. Yeah, I used to run a weed show on YouTube. This was, 2016? Almost 10 years. Wow, God. 9 years ago. Jeez. It's crazy how much life has gone by. Didn't really get anywhere with that either. But it was fun. I had a good time. There, y'all.